it's Susan. This is the video on how to make magnetic headbands. So I have provided my initial documentation back from 2021 on how to actually clean the magnets and care for your magnets and different things like that. Tonight I want to show you how to make headbands with whatever materials you can get at the moment. Okay, this doesn't flick around, so I have to do this. Okay, so I'm wearing my magnetic headband, and I also want to mention for the competition that I'll be running, I do believe, and I have studied magnets extensively and used them. I do believe that the headband plus, which is your North Pole, plus covering your South Pole, is the way to go. I literally have no symptoms. I have been going symptom-free on and off for almost a year now. And I believe magnets have a lot to do with it. So, for the competition, magnetic headband, this is my old one. I've had this for like 4 years or something. I hadn't used it for a couple of years until I pulled it out probably a month ago. And these are the insoles. So they are going in the competition. So to make a magnetic headband, so I've got to flip this around like this. So, how embarrassing, there's my bed. Anyway, whatever. So, you can get all different types of magnets. So now if you have a look over here, I've made a lot of magnetic devices. There's a little tiny magnet there, I've used those as well. I've used sphere magnets, and those are massive magnetic ones. What I actually think works better is headbands. So hematite magnets are safer to use around head. You can't use neodymium magnets, which are the ones that I just showed you before on the filing cabinet. So there's a couple of different ways. Tonight I'm going to string the magnets as I make them and show you how to make a headband. And for those of you that can't acquire magnets like that, and I'm going to do that with these magnets here. They are fantastic. This is enough. These 2 bags is enough to make 3 headbands. Very strong headbands. 52 hematite magnetic magnets, and they are fantastic. They are the same ones that are in here. So you'll also find a scotch tape video that I've done. And it's how to make things with scotch tape. That's when they haven't got holes in between them. It's particularly good. You can actually make a headband out of those. So let's do that first. So to make a headband out of these are the ones that I made last week with the scotch tape. Okay. Now, I do colour my hair, so I had, these are for my own personal use only. I'm not reusing them. They look dirty because I had hair colour sprayed into my hair, and then I used them around my head for the night or whatever, and trialled them out. But to make a headband out of these, you watch the scotch tape video. All you would have to do is cut this. Now, I haven't actually, now if you have a look at what I'm doing here, I'm going to, this is how easy it is to use magnets now. Well, it's easy for me because I've been doing it for years, but they're simple but a very effective concepts that I come up with. So I'm making my own magnetic headband from scotch tape and magnets. Now that's nice and long. I like the length of that. I'm going to join it together. Unfortunately, I've left my tape over here, and I also have fake fingernails, which is probably going to be to my detriment. Bugger. So I went away with my daughter on the weekend. We've been talking about going to the nail salon for years, and I got acrylic nails and I cut them, and I have been typing, but no, this is going to be hard work. So with these, oh my God. Yeah, all right, good. Now I'm going to join this together. Then I'm going to flip it over and join this together. Now you could make this right from scratch, where you just do one whole line of it. And this is good for magnets that you can't get with holes in them. Now to use this, I haven't actually tried this, but in theory it should actually work. I would put this around my head like so, and I would get bobby pins. I could even bring it around and get a bulldog clip and clip it around there, right? So I could fix it on with bobby pins. But if you're a male, you could get a wide headband from the chemist and you could actually fit it around there. Or if you're someone that hasn't got long hair and you can't put the bobby pins in, you could fit it underneath a headband, and then that could be your magnetic headband. So that is how to make a headband with scotch tape. And with these sort of things, you can add extra strength to it. So in between these magnets, on the top part where it's not, this is the bottom part where it's touching my skin, that part there. So I'm not going to layer heaps of tape on that. I can layer tape on here. So I can insert extra magnets in between the pieces if I wanted to. But that would be a pretty good headband, and you could use that. Right, so there's that. Now the other magnets that you're going to find on there, I posted some on the link, is now these are the bracelets I get here in Australia. They are fantastic. You can't get them everywhere like that. They have the most bead use, hematite bead usage for each one. Whereas these here, when you buy them, these beads here are not magnetic. They're not magnetic. They're just costume jewelry stuff. Those are magnetic. So looking at this, I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 magnets out of that. So a good strong headband. My headband has 52 magnets in it. So you would need 8 divided by 6 of these, right? But when you buy the packs, you don't just get 6 of those. You get a mixture of different things. are different types of magnets. So I actually did buy a pack. Now, these magnets here are very strong compared to the other. See these ones here? You could actually put a string through them and make a headband. They are actually strong compared to some of the other hematite on them. I'm impressed with them. Now, you could even make 2 of those headbands. You can wear 2 at a time if you like. Whereas this one here, I don't use one. This one here, I have used one when things were really bad. I used one here and then one around my neck at the same time. The round beads for making headbands, no. I put them in, I don't like them. So that gets a no from me. I don't like those ones. Here's another idea. Like, I used those strong ones that I mentioned just before, and I put it in between shungite. So that's a shungite and magnetic one. So there is quite a few different things that you can do. Oh, that wasn't attached to it. That was. And literally, you can pull them down around different parts of your body and stuff like that, if you like. So, that's just covering. I just wanted to mention that. The different types of magnets that you get. And these round ones, they're crap. They're not really useful at all. I don't like them. If you do make a headband with them, make 2 or 3 headbands and wear them at once, and then they're okay. What I don't like with them is that their poles are all over the place. You have a north and south pole. With these, they're repelling against each other. They are attracting each other sometimes. And I really don't like that instability. They're not as strong as these are. Those ones there are quite strong. These ones here I have are the strongest ones I've found, and these ones here aren't as strong as those, right? And you can actually see in the quality, besides that bead there and one of my beads for my headbands. My headband beads are quite a lot bigger. I'll pull them out anyway once I have gloves on, because I'm making these for people, and we can compare. Oh my God, it's been 13 minutes already. So, let's do it. Excuse me. So, now, and that. Okay. Oh, before I do this, how do you clean your magnets? This is rubbing alcohol in this bottle. That's how you clean them. Oh, shouldn't have done that. They were already cleaned. That was just a demo before I put them away. So, to do this, I'm going to grab my bracelets to start. And I am going to get my elastic. So all I need to do is find the start of it. Now, some of the magnets will be pulling and pushing against each other. So all it involves is threading. I wish I had an editor so I can actually just pull out the great parts of the video. However, I don't have it, so this video might be quite long because I'm going to make a headband. So what I'm doing with the threading is, if there's 2 holes, what you're going to do is you're going to thread it all through the bottom hole. I'm threading everything through that hole there, the very bottom one. Now, all you do is keep pulling it down. Now I'm going to cut up these 3 bracelets and thread them all. Now that consists of 52 magnets. If it becomes a bit fuzzy along the way, just cut off the end to make it nice and clean. Now another thing you can actually clean your magnets with is Bosistos. So Morgellons does not like eucalyptus. I started, I used all the mint products and menthol crystals. I went hardcore. I generally go hardcore with stuff or go home when it comes to things with Morgellons. And I have, so I use the menthol crystals extensively, and essential oils. Eucalyptus is my favorite. So as long as through this, I'm just threading through that bottom thread. Just going to throw that on the ground for now. Get rid of that too. I'm going to move this. So there we go. That was one. My second one. So we are 1/3 of the way in making a headband. And just threading them through. It's probably a noisy video with all the clacking going on. But once we get it to the end, if you can line, I actually have lined these magnets up next to each other. and poked the string through several at once. Oh my God, that's so much better. But because the poles are all over the place in these magnets, they don't exactly line up. Sometimes when you put them next to each other, they just repel each other. So I'm just doing them one by one. But as you can see, it's only been 5 minutes and I'm almost 2/3 of the way through to making a magnetic headband. So, it's quite noisy, I'm sorry. So if you have infected hair, you're better off not having beads and pretty things in between. You can actually do other things, like you can get different coloured string and put a different coloured string through it if you want to jazz it up a bit. But just try to keep it functional. I've just pulled that string out, so I've got more to work with. Right. So we're now at 21 minutes and 42. Holy cow, making a headband in under 15 minutes. Let's see if I can do that. I did actually make headbands for people. The stories and the other thing, I donated magnets. I do believe the North and South Pole, which is your head and your feet, in combination with each other through a headband and magnetic insoles. They don't have to be expensive magnetic insoles. They do have to be magnetic, however. So if you get them from a chemist, they're more likely to be magnetic. Now, the magnets in the insoles is medical magnets. They have gauze rates. So that's how you actually measure the strength of a magnet. It's gauze rate. I don't have to prove to myself what the gauze rate or anything is. Besides, it's way too expensive to get a machine that does that. And it's just not in my budget. If you are sensitive to magnets, or if you have too many magnets on you, they will give you a headache. If you take them off, it stops straight away. So just be sensible with magnets. You'll get a headache anyway, and you'll know. And that is the last one. So I'm going to pull the string through. Because the string has to go through the other end now. So as you can see here, I don't know if you can actually see that, but I've strung it through the bottom end of all the magnets, and I have the rest of the elastic here. Now I'm going to measure. Now see how I come down to this end here? I'm going to measure that is enough string to double over and come through the other end. So I can see I can tie end at this end, and that is enough to cover the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot in this end. Knots are very hard to tie with rubber gloves. So all I did was tie a double knot in the end, and I'm going to slide those magnets down. Now, I take it through the other end. This might be a 20-minute video. So now, see that? I'm now going to take the string through the other end. So it's just a matter of feeding it through. Now, if you ever make anything magnetic for anyone else to help them out, wear gloves. Also, make sure whenever you're making anything, make sure your area is really clean. I spray the area, I spray the table with rubbing alcohol, give it a wipe down. So it's pretty much like sewing. All I am doing is lining these up, pushing it through. This video is probably going to be boring as hell for everyone because it's going on forever. But I don't have any editing software yet. I really do need to look into that. Because I do plan on making some videos. Come on, get through there. Oh my God, that was painful. Only because I know about the time limit. If I wasn't focusing on time right now with this video, now, this string, you just get hat string from the $2 store. This costs me like, I think, $3 for 4 meters or something. It's a fumbling mess right now. That's what it looks like because it's all sticking together. I'll just flip it around this way. Oh, I'm gonna cut that end again. But yes, magnets. Once you invest, it's something that if you do bring it on into your arsenal for more gallons, which I highly recommend. I don't do any internal treatments. I do know how to get more gallons and out of my stuff, which I've shared in my group. It's really important. So people focus on internal protocols only, and it's because they haven't been able to find a product that gets more gallons out of their things. So I have literally tried it all to get stuff out, more gallons out of my things. And it was the bioenzymes that I talk about that actually did it. With bioenzymes, although they're pH neutral, I had been exploring the idea on whether or not they were something you could use for a hair treatment, but no, I don't think they are. My favorite, if I was going to do a hair treatment, which I'm going to start doing hair treatments, maybe I don't do them at all, but maybe once a week. I don't know. Let's see. I have found that using the insoles plus the headbands has a really amazing effect. So, but although I have gone symptom free since last year for periods of time, my hair became an issue when it was left wet for prolonged periods of time still. So I realised it was still on my scalp. So a couple of months ago, because I've been dabbling with the neodymium magnets for a while and making things, I pulled out my headbands. I went through my stuff and I thought, I wonder where those old headbands are. And I pulled them out and oh, so glad I did. Because they got me through so many hard times. The string feels like I haven't left enough given it, but hopefully it's enough. We're coming to the end of the headband now. So this is a really long video, but if you want to sit here and listen to me rattle along while I make it, otherwise fast forward, because the concept's pretty easy. You're just stringing it. You get to, I'm doing it this way because there's two sets of holes. They're bigger magnets. But if you are making something with one set of holes, you just string it through and tie it. As I said, avoid those round magnets. If you buy the bracelet sets, you're going to have round magnets in them. I don't actually like them. They could be okay for something to do with ears, which I was sort of thinking about. But overall, no, I don't really like them. They're not strong, and their poles are all over the place. So there you go. I have now threaded that all the way through, and the poles aren't messing with each other. I'll pull that one out. Get the elastic. Okay, so that's what I got left at the end. So now on this, I am going to cut this. And then that's my headband, you can see it there. So now I'm going to tie this end. Things are always fun to tie with rubber gloves. I usually take the set of gloves off when I do the tying because it's just too bloody hard at the end. But that's before I started making them for everyone. Like on the set is for someone else tonight. So, there we go. So, there it is, the magnetic headband. Okay, and then that end there, that loopy part, and quite a noisy, rowdy video. And the stringy part at the other end, I'm going to poke them through. And then I'm just going to tie those together. How the hell do I usually tie them together? Like this thing. Just work out how to tie it again together. For some reason that felt like rocket science just then. It's going to get difficult, so I'm going to pull these off now. I've made the bulk of it. It's way too hard to tie the last part, so I'm going to poke that through. I'm not quite happy with that. I'm going to tighten that up at the end, but there you go. That is a magnetic headband for Morgellons hair.